You know, in a lot of these videos, man, I always talk about what you do if you come across someone and you end up having beef with them when you're incarcerated. This one's gonna be a little bit different. This one, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion and what it is you should do if you come across someone when you were incarcerated that you have beef with on the streets.
Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around, I'll bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlift.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell so you can see it first. I want to tell everybody welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be touching a topic that I ain't really seen nobody speak on before, and it's actually a topic that I never even, put my hands on. But I want to let y'all know my honest opinion and the things that I think should go down when you run across someone incarcerated that you had beef with on the streets. Now, y'all know the world is a big place, you know what I'm saying? Prison is a big place also, but it's a small world within, you understand? Which means 9 times out of 10, if you run into somebody in prison, if you're doing a long enough stretch, you may run into them again at another institution. You may run into them several times at several institutions, you understand? And you could be locked up and somebody on the street you got beef with gets locked up, and they can end up landing where you're at, or passing through where you're actually, at. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all and let y'all know what I think y'all should do if you ever come across someone locked up that you had problems with on the streets. Of course, it all depends on how serious the beef was. If it was just someone you ain't fought with, y'all knew each other, y'all both got money or whatnot, y'all was known for hustling. He did his thing, you did your thing, but there was never no bad blood, then of course you could play him from a distance, If it wasn't that serious, then, let bygones be bygones, and you know what I'm saying, y'all say what's up, nod at each other. Because you never know, when you get locked up, your enemy on the streets can be your closest person in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're from a neighborhood on the streets and you got beef with another neighborhood, someone inside of the prison you were at might be your main road dog that is from a neighborhood that you used to beef with. Not saying that was the exact person that was a part of that circle that you was beefing with, but he's from the same neighborhood that your neighborhood goes to war with. You feel me? Because when you're in there, you got all different gangs and stuff like that. So everybody's like sticking together like that as far as their nation, because they want to have more numbers than people who aren't affiliated and stuff, So you could be from Broward County like me, and we can link. You might be from a part of Broward that I don't get along with, and where you're from don't get along with my area. But because we're from Broward County, that might make us click and link and be cool. You understand? That's only if there was no real deal beef on the streets. Now, if you come across someone that you dead ass had like serious beef with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all were looking for each other, or you couldn't wait to catch him, or he fucked you over, he robbed you, or you robbed him, then it's all on you what you do with it, okay? And I've been in this situation more than one time. So I'll go ahead and I'll share with y'all how I handled the business, you know what I'm saying? There was one dude that, I got into it with him on the streets. You feel me? There was a little bit of, gun shit going down on the streets had take place, you feel me? So of course we couldn't wait to see each other, at least for my eyes, and the way I'm thinking, like, I can't wait to catch him, because I know if he catch me, this is probably what he's gonna think. So I was like, bitch, I can't wait either, So I found out through the grapevine, that he was getting sentenced, so I'm like, okay, yeah, how much he caught? Oh, he caught 60-something months. All right, so a little bit over 5 years. Well, boy, he touched down over here, then, bitch, it's a wrap. They were like, we already know, everybody in the neighborhood already done told them, because we had mutual friends, this same person. So they were like, man, we already know, boy. We be throwing in his face like, boy, you better not land where Frog at. And he like, man, fuck Frog. Da-da-da, boy, it ain't nothing. Da-da-da-da-da. That shit sound good. Well, long story short, he ended up landing where I was at. Not right away. He went somewhere else first, and then later on, after he was sentenced for a while, after he got comfortable with being in prison, he ended up landing where I was at. And me being the man I am and how I had things set up at that time, I had a lot of money going on, you feel me? So I couldn't risk losing everything, you feel me? Because someone was coming here that I had problems with. So, you know what I did? $200 PayPal. And let them boys eat them for me. It's all it took. That's simple, just like that. Send a hit, get up out of here, get them up off my pound. And that boy landed there and didn't even see it coming. You see? But he knows where it came from, because I intentionally made the person tell him, you know what I'm saying, this is for Frog. Feel me? That's one way you can handle it. You know, you get him up out of there. You know, another way you can handle it is, you know, you see that person and they see you. It's all on how they are. You feel me? Like, if you feel like they living like that, if you feel like you can't trust them, they're gonna snake you, then you're gonna want to snake them first. Because if you see someone that you got beef with on the streets, you don't know how they truly are, you might be making the wrong move by just allowing them to live like that. You might be making the wrong move by letting it go, sweeping it up under the rug, just turning your head, acting like it ain't nothing. Because you don't know what they're thinking, what they might do. So if you see someone that you got beef with on the streets and they ain't seen you yet, only you will know personally how it is with that person. Only you will know if, man, I might as well send that bread, you know what I'm saying, and get them ate real quick to keep my face clean. Or you do it yourself. You feel me? If you ain't got nothing going on the compound, then you do it yourself. But if you got fucking 35 cell phones going around right now, people are paying you and shit like that, and you got Tucci, you got tobacco, you got lockers full of canteen, you got tattoo machines that you done bought and then sold them to tattoo men, so they're basically paying you for renting the tattoo guns and all that, then you got so much shit going on, you can't afford to put your face on. And that ain't even the coward route, you doing that because you have all this stuff going on. You feel me? So a real smacker and a real businessman and a real person that's like part of the mob would definitely, you know, send someone at them for them. You feel me? They'd be a dumbass to put their face on it because you're going to risk losing everything you got. You're going to go to confinement, and no matter how much power you had on that compound, no matter how much money you had out there or anything like that, you're not going to be able to get your hands on all that shit. There's going to be some people that don't want to give you what they owe you. There's going to be other gangs that stand up, make it look like they're backing you. Your homeboys are going to stand up, make it look like they're going to collect for you. And in reality, they're just going to be a war amongst them about your shit while you're in confinement. And then when they get it, after everything they done went through to get it, between all the war and a couple of theirs getting hit, and then a couple of theirs getting wet up, back and forth, they're going to feel like it ain't even worth sending this to him because we done lost some soldiers behind it. So you're still not going to get everything. So money goes a long ways in prison, you feel me? And could have got it done for $50, you know what I'm saying? That's how low it is. You can literally have a $50 PayPal, which that's basically what it was. But for me, I put $200 out there. I put 4 $50 ones out there through 4 different organizations. Bang, 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 bang. You feel me? So that way there ain't no missing. If you miss, he got them. Straight up. And that's what it is. You feel me? Now, you also can address that person, but then you let them know that you're there. You know, you can let them know like, hey, what's up, bro? What's all that shit you was talking on the streets? Well, we in here now. You feel me? Tighten me up. Tighten me up. You know, and they gonna be all spooked and shit because they just got there. You know, obviously you're known. All that gangster shit that they was talking gonna go right out the window. They're gonna be like, nah, bro, you good, bro. I'm not trying to do my time like that. You feel me? I'm just here trying to do my time. Oh, so you don't want no pressure. You feel me? And you can either decide to take it there or you can just leave it alone. But you don't want to be one of them people, like I'm saying, that leave it alone and then that person try to come take you out. You understand? And that's how it is. I had a homeboy in prison that I knew from the streets, from my neighborhood. When I was younger, he was a black dude from Africa, you feel me? But when he was younger, he was the plug, he was the man, you know what I'm saying? As us as jits, we'd go to him, buy bud and all this different stuff from him and everything. He was the man. He went to prison for like 5-6 years, came back real big, swole and everything like that. We seen him again. We're like, bitch, what's that? He's like, damn, you done grown up. Only after 5 years, you feel me? He's like, you done grown up, boy, you out here now. I'm like, yeah, you already know. Long story short, I run into him into the county jail years later on. He ended up being a baser after that. You feel me? He ended up, I started seeing him in my corner store out front of the gas station. I got this gas card, bitch, I'll fill your whole tank right now for a dub. And you know me, bitch, and anybody, what? For a dub, a whole tank of gas, I call that. You know, so he was known in the neighborhood. He'd steal people's shit. People are chasing him, trying to hurt him and everything. Well, I ran into him in the county jail. You feel me? Since he was from my neighborhood, baser or not, I gave him some food. You know what I'm saying? Here you go. You know, because I'm that type of dude. I'm going to make sure if you know what I'm saying, you got something in your stomach. If you decide to sell that shit to get high, I'll never give it to you again. You feel me? I played my part by keeping it real with someone else from where I'm from, you know? Later on, I run into him after I've been in prison for probably like 3.5 years. I run into him one day during shakedown on the rec yard. He had just came to my camp. He probably been there about a month or so. I run into him. He's all excited as hell. I ran into him. He thought I was dead. He thought he'd never see me again, all this different stuff. That same baser right there. That same baser. I used to tell him, oh yeah, man, you know, such and such from the neighborhood boyfriend to be coming over here. You know, I don't fuck with bro. You feel me? I might have to give you 100, man. You go ahead and hit that boy up and get him from around here. That boy used to tell me, Frog, I'll end that boy for you, bro, for $50, bro. $50, I'll end that boy for you. And I'm like, yeah? He like, yeah. And this was a different person. It's not the same person that, you know, from the last little story I just told y'all. This is a different person. You know, we kind of like shared licks back in the day when we used to both hustle. You know, like I'd serve my licks, he'd serve the licks. You know, so he would, you know, throw little sneak shots out there about me to the basers. Then when the basers come cop for me, they tell me what he said, and then, you know, so it kind of went back and forth, you know, because when someone's talking about you to that person, when you're not around, you know, they're talking about you when you're not around type shit. You feel me? So when he seen me and he was like, oh yeah, this and that, this and that. So I said, oh, well, you know, you gotta pick a side if he comes here. He used to say, man, as much as I used to cop off him, bro, I'm telling you, for $50, bro, I'll end that boy, bro. $50, I got you, my brother. That's what he used to say, my brother. I got you, my brother. For $50, I will end him, my brother. And I will tell him this is from Frog, my brother, before I do it. You see? So it all depends on where you land at. It all depends on what you got going on to how you handle the situation. Because if you come across someone that is truly living like that, you know, and they ain't even got to be known. Money's money, okay? For instance, I'll break it down a better example. If I landed at an institution and I just got there and I'm not known at that institution, and I come there and I got beef with you, okay? And I run across you and I see you, and you're someone I have beef with on the streets. I see you and you see me and you don't do nothing about it. I'm like, okay, he obviously don't want no smoke as much as he done shot at me on the streets, been looking for me on the streets, you know what I'm saying, and went by my people's crib, hit my people's house up, whatever it may be. You feel me? He obviously don't want that type of smoke. But I seen him also. Money talks. These people don't know me, but as soon as I mention them digits, since I'm not known enough to do it myself, because I don't know who he's entangled with or who he's affiliated with or anything like that, even though I just got there, I'll just go ahead and drop a pack. Pack. That's it. I got this much money on that dude. And then next thing you know, to come back, oh, he raw with such and such. He known for such and such. All right, oh, I'll double it. Bam. Now what? Now you're getting hit up by somebody that just came there. Feel me? You didn't even know where it came from because someone else that's already been there did it. Because money talks, money goes the distance. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't in all situations, like I said. So y'all understand that. I'm not telling you as soon as you come across someone you have beef with on the streets, you just send a hit or you hit them yourself. I'm not telling you that at all. I'm just telling you the type of scenarios and ways that it can go. Because you may think it ain't that serious and it be that serious. Or you might not have no pool and that person have that pool. You feel me? You've been there 3 years. Everybody knows you and respects you. He just came there, but his money may be longer than yours. Normally it hits $50 to $100. He might be like, you know what? Since he's been here a while and I don't want you to, you know, cross me out or snake me or nothing, I got 500 right now on him. You see? Just to get it done, you know? Now, if I didn't have nothing going on, if I wasn't, you know, had so much money floating around and different shit going on at the time, then of course I would have hit that boy myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I got it in me, you know what I'm saying, to do shit like that. You know? I could be violent, but it ain't always about being violent. You feel me? Finessing is the first step. See, you always try to sidetrack from the violence. People that go to violence first had no chance at finessing or milking the system or doing it strategically, playing chess, not checkers. You feel me? Because when someone stabs someone, then that person over there gets stabbed, or someone he knows gets stabbed. It goes back and forth like a game of checkers, not like chess where you plan shit out and you just kill shot, bang, 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 checkmate. You feel me? Now, I've also came across people in there that I had beef with on the streets, but it was more like I tried them. It was beef to them. To me, I just ain't fuck with them. I tried them on the streets, you know what I'm saying? I won't really throw out there what it was, you know, how, you feel me? Because, you know, I ain't trying to get caught up in nothing, feel me? But anyways, I tried them on the streets, shit like that. I seen them in the county jail. When I seen them in the county jail, I ain't even nod. I looked at them, you feel me, like I'm ready to bump. You feel me? But we couldn't really bump because we were going to court, so we were like in the holding cell, which you could still bump, but he was getting put in a different cell to me. So I just looked at him, he just looked at me. But he turned his head back as they were escorting him. He turned his head back and looked at me again, so I was like, okay, he peeped me, you know? We ended up running into each other later on in the same quad in jail. Now, from that little look he gave me last time and the look I gave him, you feel me? It let him know I ain't friendly. You feel me? And then it let me know that wasn't no friendly look he threw my way. So now that I run into him inside the same quad, I'm ready for whatever. I barely even unpacked my shit. He was already in this quad, and I came there. I went in there, put all my shit how it was, boom, 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 threw it on top of the bed, made it look like a little decent so if the staff walked by, but I was ready to go. You feel me? Because I seen him when I was coming in with my stuff. So I was like, okay, he finna press me, and I ain't gonna let that shit slide. I'm ready to go anyways. So I walk in there. After I throw all my stuff there, I walk over to the water fountain. I see him, he playing cards. He look over at me a couple times, I look over at him a couple times. I pull my jumper up, because I had the jumper on. I pull it up, make it look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, it's whatever. Next thing you know, he was the trustee. He was the one that, like, wipes the table down after they serve chow and comes around and puts people's name on the razor list and all this different shit. He came up to me and he was like, you remember me? And I said, yeah, why, what's up? Like that, like I was ready to buck. You know what I'm saying? I came at him animosity-wise. He's like, nah, bro, you good, you feel me? He's like, I just, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, that shit dead, bro. That shit nothing, bro. He like, you feel me? And I said, oh, okay, then let it be nothing then. He was like, yeah, you feel me? That shit ain't worth going to confinement, bro. This is a sweet dorm. You feel me? This shit's sweet, bro. We ain't, that shit nothing, bro. He's like, man, that shit lay low back here, bro. You feel me? It's the way to do your easiest turn. But in my mind, I'm like, all right. You know, but how do I know he could just be saying that just to sidetrack me to make me think shit's sweet? Like in prison, you gotta worry about shit like that. Someone will come up to you and tell you that shit's straight, bro. And then really just to sidetrack you from the beef. And then when you ain't looking, someone rip your mouth open or come up try to hit you across the throat. Or, you know what I'm saying, run up and get you in a choke or hold you down when someone else jump on you and start hitting you. You feel me? So you gotta be prepared. But the county jail, they ain't slinging knives and stuff like that at the time. You feel me? But there is razors. You know, so you also got to be on your P's and Q's, you know. So I didn't trust it at first, you know what I'm saying? And then slowly but surely being in the same dorm with him, you know, we didn't just off rip get cool like that, you know, but we came around, you know what I'm saying? Like we eventually, you know, started, you know, throwing little words and sentences out there a little more, and you feel me? And he started hooking me up with extra trays because he was the trustee, and then next thing you know, we're playing cards. He's against me, and then, you know, we go to chopping it up, and then he knows people I know on the streets, and we start talking about them, and blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, everything's straight. We done been in the same dorm this long, and now it's like we rocking with each other. Now it's like if I get in an argument with somebody, he gonna get involved. If he get in an argument with somebody, if somebody try to jump in, I'm gonna get involved on my homeboy's face that he does know on the streets. He'll be like, yeah, man, I just talked to what's his name? I'll tell him I'm in here with you. He said he finna put a pack in your name. I'm like, nah. I'm like, man, tell that guy still what's up, And we in there just chopping it up. And this is somebody I had pressure with before on the streets. You see? So it's like, it all depends on how you want to handle the situation. But don't be one of them people, man, that sleep on it. Because you'll hear a lot more that someone you were beefing with on the streets will become your closest friend in prison. You'll hear that more than you'll hear what could really happen. You feel me? And luckily for me, you know, I got the best end of the stick on all my situations. You feel me? Especially the times when you're already known. You got people that fought with you, respect you. You got hella money. So when people come in, that right there, you approach them first. If you approach them, you catch them off guard. Straight up. You let them know like, hey, what's up, bro? You straight? You feel me? And then they'll see you. They know who you are. Oh, you remember me? You feel me? They know who you are. Now you got them a little nervous and worried and shit because you just approached them like that. Now they going to be looking to see who knows who. Then they going to see everybody fought with you. They going to see all these people over here running back and forth from one dorm to another dorm for you, doing your errands, running around, bringing shit from point A to point B, dropping it off, bringing big old bags of canteen back to you. And then they're going to be like, okay, I might as well fall back and just charge that shit to the streets. Oh, charge that shit to the game. It's over with. And I might as well try to get on his team because that boy making money. That's what's going to happen. Then they're going to want to be cool with you because they're going to see that you're actually hustling. You're actually putting your smartness, you're putting your shit to use while you're locked up. You're not just laying down and doing the time. You're actually still constantly trying to make a dollar while you were incarcerated at the worst time in your life. You feel me? I ran into people that I fought in the juvenile detention center when I was a jit. I was in B3, cell 6, a 3-man cell that had 3 slabs, 3 concrete slabs against the wall. And I got in a fight over there. You feel me? Ran into one of them same dudes that I fought inside the juvenile program. The day I came in, he was already there. Me and him ended up clicking up like this. He fought with me heavy. He knew, oh, that white boy gonna bump. He know that white boy down to fight. He know that white boy gonna stand up for himself, just like when I got there. I stood up for myself, was ready to fight whoever. Me and him didn't off rip just get buddy-buddy. But when I seen him, he seen me. You feel me? And he knew, okay, I know him. And I looked at him like, all right, I know who that is. You see? And we ended up being like this. Vibe with each other heavily. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. You know, you're going to end up being in there with somebody you know somehow. It's worse if you come across an enemy's friend. All right? Because they might have something to prove. They might want to try to prove their loyalness to the person that you had beef with on the streets that was their homeboy. But I guarantee you though, 9 out of 10, they're not gonna jump. You feel me? They ain't gonna bust a grape. They ain't gonna come after you for their homeboy on the streets. They're gonna be hanging out with you behind their homeboy's back. They're gonna be talking to you about their homeboy. Yeah, man, what's his name on the street? Man, he tripping. Yeah, that's my main daughter. They're my best friend. I know them whole lot. Oh yeah, yeah. But how you feel so comfortable hanging out with me then, knowing I hit his house up back in the day? You see? That's real shit though. You feel me? They'll be so friendly, they won't do, you know, what they would try to do if they was with that person and they ran into you by yourself on the streets. If there was them two on the streets and they ran into you before you came into prison, before y'all ran into each other inside, how would it have been? They would have been trying to jump you. They would have been trying to, you know, put their hands on you. But now they want to be all friend. Because what it is they won't jump on their own. They won't bust a grape on their own. You feel me? Don't matter if it was Welch's backyard. They're not busting a grape. You feel me? So they want to try to be friendly. But they friend on the streets don't know they vibing with you. And I came across people that were friendly with me the whole time that I was locked up with them. Friendly. I'm talking about came up to me like, man, you the man in here, fraud. This and that's crazy, dog. Man, I always fought with Davey. I talk all that good shit, vibe with me and all and everything. Later on, you get out, you run into the person that was their friend that you had beef with intentionally. You feel me? And then you find out the person you was locked up with got out and said you was this and there, you was that and there, all fake shit, just to look loyal to his homeboy. Oh, I tried to fight him, but he checked in, or I tried to get my hands on him, but he got transferred before it happened, or I used to make him break it off. He used to pay me money. And you're like, what? I was hanging out with this motherfucker in there, bro. It was never nothing like that. I saved his ass a couple times when he got in a couple altercations with people. You feel me? And that's just how people are, man. So it's all on how you handle your situation at the end of the day, because only you and that individual you see truly know how serious the beef is. And like I said in the very beginning of the video, if it's something that you could just sweep under the rug, sweep it under the rug. That's it. That's your best bet, because you never know who knows who. And if your ass can't come out on top, then it ain't worth going for it. You understand? Like I said, it's better to play chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you hit him, okay, but boom, you get caught, you get knocked off, or someone comes and hits you up, you get wet up, you get transferred, you lose everything you got going on. So you may have won the fight against you and him, but you lost the war, because now you got transferred and lost everything you done spent all this time building and making while you was in there. before he even can. So you gotta think, man. Sometimes it's better to let other people do your dirty work. Sometimes it's better to just go ahead, man. And just walk around like motherfucking a mobster. Like, here you go. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's telling how I'm the one that sent the hit on him. All right. Well, there's a hit on him too then. Sometimes you gotta do stuff like that, and that's just what it is. You understand? And at the end of the day, you don't always feel good. You don't always feel proud, you know, but you got to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, no one cares about you. You got to do what you have to do. So like I said, before I wrap this video on up, it's all on you, and it's all on how you take your next step. If you send the hit, you send the hit. If you do it yourself, you do it yourself. If you sweep it under the rug, you sweep it under the rug. If you sweep it under the rug and he truly be living like that and he come back and get you, then that's your fault because you didn't handle up first. You understand? But like I said, only you and them will know how serious the beef is. And when the time comes, you'll feel it on the inside of what it is you should truly do. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I want y'all to drop it in the comment section. Let me know if y'all ever ran across someone on in the chain gang or when you were locked up that you had beef with on the streets. Okay? Y'all put it in the comment section. I know I ain't the only one. I've had it happen to me several times. So I know it definitely happens. And I'm just curious, you know, if anybody ever handled theirs a different way, or if it was like mine, or if, you know, y'all were cool, or if y'all weren't cool, if y'all decided to bump, if y'all were bumping all the time, if y'all fought and got it over with, whatever it is, y'all drop it in the comment section, man. Y'all know I'm watching. Y'all know I'm looking. Right now is the time that y'all are watching me. Them comments is the time where I'm watching y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one on up. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I always say, y'all make sure y'all keep them rats, squares, snakes, chomos, heavy gunners, liars, Instagram flexing, clowns out your circle. Until next time, this is Frog.